What up, Burches? Today is gonna be a good day, and let me tell you why. Because we have finally figured out how to get our 7-month-old Scarlett to sleep all the way through the night and in her own crib. That's right, we went from being awake every 2 hours, only falling asleep in Shaylee's arms, to finally sleeping all the way through the night.
It's been awesome, it's foolproof, so we're gonna tell you how.
Now, before we dive way far into this, if you are here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell. We do upload new videos every week, so if you want to be notified of that, tap on that little tiny bell down there. So, a little bit behind the why as to why we decided to do some type of sleep training. This girl. Basically, this little cutie was not able to sleep by herself, basically. She was sleeping in her room in a bassinet near the bed. Even still, she would only fall asleep if Shaylee was holding her.
Yeah, she would wake up about every 2 to 3 hours at night, and she would want to be nursed. And then if I got her out of the bassinet to nurse her, she would not go back to sleep in the bassinet. I had to be holding her, which isn't good, like, safe sleep practice. And so it got to the point where she wouldn't even go in the bassinet at all, and none of us were getting good sleep. And so we decided that it was time to sleep train, and we got the approval from our doctor to start, so we just kind of went full force into it.
That's right, and it has been so life-changing. It is amazing. You have no idea. But basically, so like I said earlier, she went from that to being able to sleep through the night. It has made a huge difference. And it's something so simple. Honestly, it's just knowing what to do and when to do it. And it, honestly, within 5 days, she was already used to the routine and falling asleep with just a few little hiccups here and there, maybe waking up once, maybe twice.
It was really frustrating though, because you see all of these people with all of these like sleep training programs that you spend a fortune on, and we just had to do a ton of research on our own to kind of find out what we felt worked best. With Kaylee, our oldest child, she didn't sleep train at all. She basically slept with me her entire life. So this whole process is really new to me, and I'm glad that we found a solution that worked, because the first time we tried it, we didn't have success with it at all.
Yeah.
And she was teething, and it just made it really, really hard. So if you do start sleep training, I just highly suggest that you make sure that they're out of like a growth spurt or teething, and make sure it's okay with your doctor to start, especially if you're gonna wean off night feedings. You want to make sure that your baby's growing right on track and doesn't need those calories at night.
Let's get into showing you exactly what we do every night through this 2-week period, so you can kind of see how it works and if it'll be something good for you. First of all, it's basically setting up a routine. I'm starting with dinner. So we've got this fancy little sheet right here. So this is showing you right there. We start off with dinner around 6:40, which then after that's done, we give her a bath. Not every night, but if we do give her a bath, this is when we'll do it. Give her 4 little teeth, a little brushing, and then we get her ready for bed. We change her diaper, we lotion her up so she's nice and baby soft. Throw on her PJs, put her in her little sleep sack, and then we read her a book. We bring the lights down real low. This is about 7:15. Do our little family prayer, say our little good nights, and then Shaylee here will nurse her, and then immediately after she nurses her, she'll put her into the bed, into the crib.
Yeah.
Now at this point, she's pretty much asleep within a minute.
And the key is to putting your baby to bed in the crib awake. So their eyes need to be open, because this is the crucial time where they learn to self-soothe. So you want to, if they fall asleep while nursing, do everything you can to keep them awake.
Now this next part, this is the most crucial piece of this, and honestly the most difficult as parents. So right here we've got our next steps. Basically what you're gonna do is every time your baby starts to cry, you're going to wait a few minutes and then you're gonna go in and check on them.
The first 2 nights you can go in and you can pat their head, rub their belly, and you can touch them to soothe and comfort them. Talk to them, let them know that you're here, be confident. If they hear like a worry because you're upset that they're crying, they can feel that, and then it just kind of ruins everything. Now keep in mind, I know there's a lot of controversy about letting your child cry themselves to sleep. This isn't fully crying themselves to sleep because you are going in and you're checking on them. They're not feeling abandoned because you are there.
Yeah, there's never a point where you just stop going in. Like it starts out, if the baby's crying, you wait 5 minutes, you go in, you soothe them, you tell them you love them, that you're there, that you know that they can do it, all that good stuff.
And you only stay in the room when you go and do a pop-in for about 12 to 20 seconds. So you want it to be a quick interaction.
Just a reminder that you're there, you love them, and they got this. After that one, if she keeps crying, you give another 10 minutes. Then you go in, do the same thing. After that, if she keeps crying, every 15 minutes continuously. So
until they fall asleep.
Until they fall asleep. Scarlett fell asleep within the first, I think the first night was like, well, the first night was like 40 minutes, wasn't it?
No, so she fell asleep. I actually have it on our night 1.
There are charts. We'll get to that in a moment.
It took her 20 minutes to fall asleep with 2 check-ins. And then for the first couple nights, she would sleep for about 40 minutes and then wake back up. But she's finally now getting the hang of actually sleeping the whole night through.
Now she's all restless and just has all this abundant energy because of being able to sleep. Now she's all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you repeat the same process throughout the night. If they wake up at any time, start crying, you wait 5 minutes, go in, say you love them, comfort them, go out. If they keep crying, 10 minutes, and so on. And you do this all the way through the night until they're basically asleep.
Yeah. Now with night feeding, so if you breastfeed like me and get the approval from your doctor to wean off at night, you can go cold turkey if you want to. I did not. I needed to wean my body, myself, off of night feedings. And you start out slow. It's a 5-night process. You start night 1. You do 2 feedings at night, one at 10:30 p.m. and one at 3:30 a.m. And you slowly decrease the time or the amount, if you're bottle feeding, the amount that you're giving them. So my first 2 or 3 nights, I only nursed for 5 minutes and then I put her to sleep. Then I did 3 minutes for the remainder of the time. And then after 5 nights, the 6th night was our night with no feedings at all. You can, if you want to continue to do the 2 night feedings, you're more than welcome to. If your doctor recommends that you continue to do some night feedings, do the 10:30 and the 3 o'clock. Or if they are teething or going through a growth spurt, you can continue those 1 to 2 night feedings if you need to as well. I am gonna go put the baby in her little playpen so she can play with her big sister while we finish talking about this, because she's a little restless.
She's a little restless. So just as an example, we've got some of our charts right here, which we'll also have a link in the description if you guys want to grab that and print it off for yourself. So then you can see we've got bedtime, so that's when we actually put her into the bed, her first wake up time, and then we kind of go into like when we popped in. Every time that we went in there and checked in on the baby is on there. Next time is if she wakes up again or again or again or again. So this is what, the first night?
Yeah, this was the first night. She woke up.
What, 5 times?
Yeah, it says 5 times. This was last night.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. The goal is to put them in their crib for 11 to 12 hours. Like that is the goal. So in between 11 and 12 hours, so we put her down at 7:30. So between 6:30 and 7:30, if she wakes up and then she cries in that time, we just go get her. Otherwise, a lot of times she'll wake up and just kind of be playing around in her crib, and then we'll basically just watch her on the camera until she starts making noise.
Yeah.
Or we'll try to get in a little bit extra sleep until we hear make some sort of sound, and then we'll go pick her up.
We mentioned on night 1 and 2, you can go in and you can like touch them and soothe them.
Face, back,
night
chest.
3 to 14 and then on, you just go in and you comfort with your voice.
Yes.
Also, don't give them their binky, don't give them their lovey or anything that would instantly soothe them. We have 3 to 4 binkies scattered
surrounding her
throughout her crib, so in the middle of the night she can find one easily. She also sleeps with like a little lovey.
It's a little bear with like a blanket attached to it.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's small, but that thing was huge. That she loved it so much. The first night, as you saw, she woke up a bunch, and I think on the second night we put the bear in there and already cut those wake up times either really short, so if she did wake up, she found a bear and she went right to sleep, or she didn't wake up at all. And we know it's hard. Like, hearing your baby cry sucks. The second I hear a whimper, I run over there and I'm like, what do you want? What do you need? What's going on? Like, I worry about her so much. But there's a big difference between a baby just crying because they want attention or they want soothing. Because, I mean, this is the only way they can talk, is through crying. They can't just tell you. And an I'm in pain or distress cry.
Yeah, it's like they're protesting not wanting to sleep versus I need something. So just pay attention to your baby's cues. You will eventually learn the cries and the differences between things. Also, if you are night feeding, wait until the baby has calmed down to the point where they're about to fall asleep or have fallen asleep for about 10 to 15 minutes before going in to nurse them, because you want them to realize that you are in control of the feedings, not them, so they don't cry and get rewarded with a feeding.
Yeah.
So just kind of keep that in mind as well.
But that's the gist of it. If you have questions, leave us comments down below. I mean, like I said, it's a huge game changer. Like, look how much time we have now. From 7:30 and on, that baby's asleep. We don't gotta be playing, we don't gotta be holding. What are you doing with all that free time? So we thought we'd give you a quick little peek of how we put Scarlett to bed. So let's jump right in.
Ready? Yeah. So we basically already fed her and we brushed her teeth. Tonight's not a bath night, so we're not doing that. We got her little monitor sock on, and we got to put her PJs on. Yes, her PJs match her outfit she's wearing today. Yeah. We did find out that she has to be to sleep by 7:30. Any later than that, she gets super cranky and won't go back to bed. But no later than 8 o'clock is what we read. After 8, kids tend to get their second wind, so try and have them to bed before 8. Alright, so after we're done reading the book, what we want to do is turn off the lights, and then we turn on our sound machine. And you want the sound machine to be a little bit loud, so that way it drowns out the noise from the outside. And then I nurse her and put her to bed.
That's right. Good night, baby. I love you. Sweet dreams. Oh, bless you. And with that, we'll leave and let them finish up. Good morning, baby. Good job. Look how happy.
You did it! Yeah!
Yeah.
Yay, baby!
Yeah. Good job, kiddo. Good morning. Such a happy baby. Well, there you have it, friends. As you can see, she is a very happy baby in the morning, which is awesome. Her getting like full night's sleep is just a freaking miracle, and we are so thankful that we found this method of sleep training, because it honestly has been a huge game changer. But we hope you enjoyed this. We hope you got some out of it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you liked the content, that it did help you in some way, and we will see you next time. But in the meantime, if you'd like to, hit us up on Instagram, see some pictures of the in-between vlog life. You know how it is. Well, later.